My fiancé laughed during our rehearsal dinner and said, "Honestly, I only said yes because everyone else was getting married." Everyone at the table laughed except me. I raised my glass, smiled, and said, "Then I guess tomorrow will be unforgettable." The next morning, the rehearsal dinner was at this Italian restaurant where we'd had our third date. About 40 people showed up, everyone laughing, drinking wine, telling stories. Then Kelsey's friend Madison brought up how everyone in their friend group had gotten engaged within the same year. "It's wild how one person gets engaged and suddenly everyone needs to do it." Kelsey laughed. "Right? Honestly, I only said yes because everyone else was getting married." The table went quiet for half a second before everyone started laughing, like she'd made some clever joke. Everyone laughed except me. I felt like I'd been punched, but I kept my face neutral. Kelsey didn't even look at me. I raised my glass. "Then I guess tomorrow will be unforgettable." That night I went through her phone. We had full transparency after a fight 6 months ago, so I had access to her group chats. I found messages with her college friends from when I'd proposed. Madison: "OMG, you said yes." Kelsey: "I mean, what else was I supposed to do? Everyone's getting married." Madison: "Do you love him though?" Kelsey: "He's fine. He's stable. He'll be a good husband." Madison: "That's not the same as loving him." Kelsey: "It's practical. Love is overrated anyway." There were more. Kelsey complaining about wedding planning. Her mom being thrilled because I had good prospects. Her planning to move back to her hometown after a few years, but dealing with that later, since I'd never agree. Nowhere did she say she loved me or was excited to marry me. At 4 a.m., I called the venue's emergency line and requested a specific change to the setup. At 7 a.m., I met my best man Jake there and showed him the messages. "Jesus Christ," he said. "I'm so sorry. I'm clear-headed for the first time in months." Where the altar was supposed to be, they'd set up a projection screen. I loaded screenshots of the group chat, her messages about me being fine and stable, love is overrated, all of it with timestamps. The ceremony was at 11 a.m. Kelsey walked in looking stunning, holding white roses. She walked down the aisle smiling at guests. She reached the front, looked up expecting to see me, and froze. The projection screen showed her messages blown up large enough that everyone could read them. Her father's face went from proud to horrified. The music kept playing. People started reading the messages, pulling out phones. I stepped out from the back and walked down the aisle. "Blake," her voice was small. "What is this?" I stopped 10 feet away. "This is unforgettable. Just like I promised. You're humiliating me. You humiliated yourself." "These are your words, Kelsey. The truth about why you said yes. I'm just making sure everyone knows it." Her mother stood up. "Blake, turn that off immediately." "Mrs. Carson, did you know your daughter only agreed to marry me because her friends were getting married? That she thinks love is overrated? That she considers me fine and stable, but never once said she actually loves me?" Kelsey was crying, mascara running. I was venting to friends. "Those messages don't mean anything. They mean everything. They mean I was about to marry someone who sees me as a practical choice. Please, let's talk about this privately. You made a joke about it last night in front of 40 people. You thought it was funny, so I figured you wouldn't mind everyone knowing the full story." I looked at her one more time. "I hope you find someone you actually love, someone who's more than just fine and stable." I walked back down the aisle. Behind me, chaos erupted. Kelsey sobbing, her mother yelling, guests filming. 2 weeks later, Kelsey showed up at my apartment looking terrible. "Were you in love with me? Ever?" She hesitated. That hesitation told me everything. I cared about you. I liked being with you. But you weren't in love with me. I thought it didn't matter. That love fades anyway and compatibility is what matters. You were planning to move back to your hometown without telling me. That's not compatibility. That's lying." She started crying. I didn't comfort her. "For what it's worth, you deserved better. I hope you find someone you actually love." She walked away. I never saw her again. The wedding would have cost $40,000. I lost 20% in deposits, worth every penny.